Welcome once again to the Electronic Dojo. Fight! Happy Saturday. I don't know why I'm all coffee. Ooh. Daft Punk and Fortnite world premiere. Sorry, Twitch. I just saw that message and I'm like, what? Who the hell cares? Ugh, gross. Leo, proper manners require that you let the host know you've arrived, even if you can only stay for a short time. Hey, mates. Devin said the same thing over on YouTube. No worries. I'm glad you guys can stop by. It means a lot to even say hello to me. So say hello to chat, say hello to the... It's very kind of you. It is not overlooked. It is appreciated many-fold. Well, we should be streaming for a couple of minutes today. So if you're not able to make it in, what am I trying to say here? If you're not able to hang out now, you can always try later. And, if you really need that fix, on Twitch, there's always the VODs, and as well as on YouTube, I try to do a pretty good job of keeping them in order. I have to manually do it for some stupid reason, but Stream Archives will have it. Stream Archives or Jamtown, depending on what's going on. Because usually I just put the whole Jamtown stream in the Jamtown playlist, because it's like, it's in the fucking name, but, some people would disagree with those plans. Some. But not many. Not many at all. Good. I was waiting for the music to come back. I was like, that was like some good dramatic timing there. The hell? I never get that lucky. I guess I'm holding down the fort on this side of, on this side for the time. Hey, mate, no worries. Well, I've noticed, and I mean, this just kind of goes without saying, but whenever, I'm not able to stream for like you know, a period like a week or so, or it's pretty hit and miss on the stream. I notice when I come back it's a little bit slower, you know, but that makes sense. I mean, I'm a creature of habit. Totally understand if the habit is broken, which is like 3 times a week stream. But we'll get there. So what did I do? Oh, I worked on that mixer, that Behringer mixer, for like so long yesterday. So long. I probably logged in about 4 or 5 hours of just trying to Google this fucking answer. For those who don't know or haven't seen it or anything, or you know, want a little bit of refresher backstory, so we got a Behringer X32 Compact, which is like a pretty nice little digital mixer. I know, hate Behringer all you want, but this mixer is way better than its competition. I'll tell you that. Like Soundcraft and Ellen and Heath make something similar in that price range and that capability, and it is shit. It is absolute shit compared to the Behringer X and even the Midas M series. So, hey, Porphyry, welcome in. Konnichiwa. Oh, wait. Atropius! Oh my goodness, welcome in. I moved my camera, and now the angle's weird. Like, I keep putting myself over here too much. Maybe I can fix it? Nope. I could... I won't fuck with it right now. Let me try something new. So anyways, the mixer, it has 2 AES 50 ports, which are like a digital protocol for audio to go across. And it was weird. Like, it was showing, like in the software on the console, you'd have 2 blocks where you could attach a device, and for some reason it would show the mixer in slot A, which makes no sense. It should never be there. And then when you plugged something into there, it would wig out and wouldn't show up anything, and it would knock out what was in there, and it was, I don't know, it just did not work. And I read and I looked and I couldn't find anything that said, oh, this is normal behavior, and I couldn't find anything to explain what was happening. Like, I ran across people that had similar problems, but it's like that meme of the guy fishing, and he pulls out another fishing reel. It's like, I have the same problem too, was the only replies I'd ever get, but nobody would explain what was wrong. You ever had to remove gooey rubber from synth knobs? No. Like it was part of it and it deteriorated, that kind of goo. I would just replace them if I could. If that's not an option, acetate and alcohol, those are really strong, good solvents. If you use either of them, put them in a sealed area. If you're gonna do the soak thing, you might look around on, if it's a particular model, like a particular scent or something, you might look around online, see if anyone's ran into that exact same problem, which most likely they have, and there may be like some better paths to go, but no, Porphyry, the Konnichiwa is a channel point thing. On Twitch, there's channel points. You get them simply by watching the stream. If you're subscribed, you get more channel points. It's like a 4x boost or something like that. I can't remember. And then it's the little music note icon or the little diamond icon in the bottom of the chat. You can go in there, and we've got a lot of fun little shit packed in there. Everything from alerts that pop up, so you can, chime in to what else is there? There's like little activities, all the stream elements, stream avatars. All the stream avatar games, or a lot of them are in there, and I've been meaning to overhaul that thing lately. I feel like it needs a new some pepper, some spice, some yum. Oh yeah. If you're trying to bring it back to life, yeah, you could do that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I have some of that too somewhere. I don't think I've ever used it though. I bought it for a project. I never used it because literally all the warnings on it kind of terrified the hell out of me. It was like, don't breathe the same air that this is in. Don't look directly at it. Don't insult it or its upbringing. And I just read all that and I was like, there's no way I can avoid all those things. That bitch ass motherfucker. Oh, lighter fluid? Oh, yeah. That might work. I have like a tape deck that we've been trying to work on for years, and it's kind of fallen to the wayside. I feel bad for the owner. I really need to do something for that guy. But I might post about that, see if we could try some stuff. So I have a pincher, though, that is, I don't know, like, someone super glued the shaft or whatever. It doesn't spin. I haven't been able to get it off. Been lazy about it, too. Anyways, gotta finish the story about the bloody X32. So, and I actually, if you go to the Discord, I like laid all the documentation out. So I'm just basically reiterating what's in there. But I determined it wasn't a software issue. I did find some AI slop that said there was something wrong with it. And I did run across, although all it references, what it said were the references, had nothing to do about that. So I couldn't figure out where it got that. I figured it was maybe hallucinated or whatever. But I did find people rather uneducatedly, just totally pulling shit out of their butt, saying that it's an ESD issue. But they have zero proof. They have zero proof. And, or they never presented any, which, would be helpful in that, I would do that. Oh, it's an ESD thing because when I went inside, I noticed all the resistors were, But I did look up the unit, or I found the service manual for it. Amazingly, someone leaked it. And, made me think I should probably try to search for more service manuals on hardware because of modern stuff, because I assume they're not leaked, but I may be wrong, because the X32 was out there on multiple sources, and it's 70-ish pages of just schematics, just the schematics for it. It took me a while to find the page, and they're not super well labeled, so you just kind of have to like scroll and go like, this isn't what I'm looking for, and then keep going. Like, you really can't tell. I lucked out. In fact, I was scrolling and I just saw the word AES in all the other, junk. It like jumped out at me and I'm like, that can't say. Oh, it is AES. Look at that. AESC far, AESC 0, AES return. What up, Mr. X? Konnichiwa to you. So I found the circuitry for it, and it's remarkably simple. I mean, it's not simple so much as it's cookie cutter. It's how you would always do something like this. And there are resistors. They're not really any protection resistors, though, that I could find. Like if there was an ESD, there's nothing to kind of like try to save it. But from the last time I've worked on their stuff, there's the potential for one of the resistors to get overwhelmed. We had one that was destroyed on a mic input on a stage box, so I kind of am wondering if we're going to run across that exact same scenario where, hey, this resistor is 1 billion mega ohms. That's way too many ohms. So, but I looked up all the parts. There's several solid state parts on there. There's like it's like a bunch of coils, and they're for an Ethernet. They're basically a series of coils that you can run your IOs through. And then there was a network chip controller, and then I think like a transmit receive controller. It's basically these two chips. The most expensive was the coils. It's like $7, but everything else is cheaper than that. I even looked up the Ethernet connector, because everything is in that bloody service manual. Every single part. Everything you need. It was the highlight of my entire repair on that. The entire work is that I found that service manual. And not only was it correct, accurate, it also listed the entire part number. Like at first I was like, oh, manufacturer SKU, that's not gonna help me. Wait, it has the model written right here. Let me just throw that in Google. There it is. Oh, it can't work this time again. It does. And I just kept throwing every part written underneath the schematic, and I'd find it at Mauser or DigiKey or what was it? I forgot the name of the company now. I buy it. You end up buying a lot of parts of them. Full Compass. So my plan is, and I was going to contact the owner. I kind of fell asleep yesterday. Yesterday was kind of we had a big storm here in Phoenix, and kind of killed my plans, and I don't know, put me in this sour mood. But my plan is to contact him and say, hey man, here's what's up. It's not a modular thing. I can't just contact them and say replace it. If we replace it, it's the whole fucking main board. And they very well may be able to do that, but it's most likely a very simple part that's failed on there, and I should be able to locate it and replace it. But I gotta wait, a week or so for the parts to come, and I don't know how soon you need this, so I'm gonna give him the option to take it back, because it is literally eating up so much room in this, because it's in a giant flight case, and then the stage box is in a giant flight case, and there's like no room in this room anymore. It's a little bit too much. I didn't think he'd do that to me, but why not? So hey Grizzleby, welcome in. The new Elgato streaming diapers. Hope the software works. So that's the plan. I'm gonna see what he wants to do, see if he wants to take it back, and rent it while I get the parts, and then once they're in, I can be like, hey man, can you just bring the fucking console over? Can you just throw it in your back seat or something instead of that giant flight case? And he may not do that, but either way, I'll get it over here. And then to get to the board, and this is why I plan it this way. So to get to that board, like really it should just be a resistor, but it is worth me spending $10, $11, $12 or so in parts just so that I only have to go there once. Because the main board is sandwiched under, I think I took pictures actually. Let me see, I may not have. I did not, I just took a picture of it. I took video of it, but the main board is at the very bottom of the console, and then stacked on top of it are the two input boards. And there's 2 screws for every jack. There's 16 jacks, so that's 32 little tiny screws. And then there's probably plate screws, so that's another 8 or so. Then the plate screws for the rest of the jacks, so there's, let's say, another 8. And then all the screws to go down, that's another 12. That's 12 screws. I don't want to do that. I only want to do that once in this life. I don't want to make that. That's like, you know, climbing Mount Everest. You don't hear about people just doing it over and over. Like, oh, you know, that harrowing near-death experience was fun. I'm going to do it again next summer. All right. No, they just do it like once. The psychos do it more than once. Do I look like a psycho? No, of course not. Sorry, I just got Red Hot Chili Peppers' Sir Psycho Sexy stuck in my head. And I started really analyzing the lyrics in it, and I was like, what the fuck is that song fucking about? You know? Think about it. I don't know how much of a Blood Sugar Sex Magic fan you were, but when I was a little teenage Sid learning the guitar, I learned that album backwards and forwards 40-fold. Like, I had a, you know, back in the day you get these tablature books, but like for the whole album, they were usually kind of half-ass. So mine was filled with like penciled in corrections and stuff. And then I loaned that book to this jackass and they fucking lost it. Stupid buttholes. Never, anyways. But, yeah, that song is weird. Sorry, that was my Theo Vaughn impression. Thank you very much. Yeah, that song is weird. No. You ever think about that? How fucking weird that song is? What's that guy's thing? Is he like some sort of serial killer? That's not very good, Theo. I could work on it a little bit more. Yeah, Give It Away doesn't make sense now. Is that like an anti-capitalism song? Kind of sounds like it. I did give the book away, so, huh. Well. Hopefully I didn't, I wasn't breaking the girl. Can't think of any other songs of the fucking album all of a sudden. The lyrical meaning of Give It Away is centered on the philosophy of selflessness, altruistic behavior. Yeah, that's why we got those crotch shots in the video so much, with like Anthony Kiedis's bulge and shiny. Yeah, that makes sense now. Now I feel like an idiot. I didn't make that connection there. But why were they giving things to people's mothers and fathers? That's the real question. Grogoyle, welcome in, by the way. I think I was a little late on that one. The thong song changed my life. Click here to learn more. Would you like to learn more? Man, did Paul Verhoeven call the shit out of that with the news thing? Like, would you like to know more? And the little mouse click, like, talk about future, like, might be a time traveler. Nailed that one. We don't really make the clicking noises anymore, but I think I can overlook that. Because giving away anything about even it's a defective Elgato product. Not all of them. It's their software. Like, the hardware is fine. I just don't like their software, so I don't use any Elgato software. My boss at work literally says, let's double click on this. That's hilarious. To mean talk more about it? What age would you say your boss is roughly at? I would find that fascinating. I feel like that's not too young, but it's not too old. Like, it's got to be around my age, roughly, because that sounds like something like a Gen X person would come up with, but it's like right on the edge, so it's cringy a bit too. 45. Oh my God. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna have to hang this hammer up because I nailed it. Right, that doesn't make sense. You don't nail a hammer. Ah, fuck. A-E-A-L. L. Welcome in. Top 3 of your favorite NLC modules. Oh! Sloth, sloth, and sloth. No. Sloths, for sure. Let's look at the beauty. What is she's? I might have to do the sloth bit again. I really like sloths a lot. Like all of their variations and versions and so forth. I think second would be like the Let's Splosh. I think that's a really, really intriguing module that's like really useful to anybody. Like, you can kind of use it for just about any type of music, you know, and whatever you're trying to create. It's like real versatile. Same with the sloths. Like, it's real versatile because you could apply it to something and it's going to change your whole makeup of your music and your patching and so forth. I don't know what the third one would be though. I really like Give me a second. Let me look here, because that's a decent question. You know, I actually am like head over heels these days for the cellular automata. I really do like that module a lot. I think that's like a really fun, really cool looking, and it's, again, it falls under that same category. Like, I think anybody could use it. You know, if you're there's a really good YouTube video out there with this guy, this one cat, explaining like how to build some patches that'll give you more predictable stuff, more rhythmic stuff, but it's still quirky because you're still dealing with analog and so forth, that you get some fun anomalies that pop in. But yeah, that'll do. That'll do.
proceed to put it in you?
I don't know. Yeah, why is he trying to put it in you? And why should I not stop it, let it continue? Just seems a little wrong. Yeah, Grizzleby, exactly. Well, if you're not already aware, BitFocus is, or the company's called BitFocus, and they make a program called Companion, and it's really superior. It's open source. You can build your own stuff for it if you're inclined to, but there's a lot of stuff that's already been done. All the heavy lifting's already been done. So it's how I do the whole stream. I have what is that, 15? 15 button one, the big button one, and then the foot switch, and they all work together, and they go into a Pi, and it's running Companion non-stop. Yep, Companion. The cellular automata is really cool. I just think it looks neat too. Like visually, it's a cool looking module, and it gives you that feedback. But it's it's kind of like it's kind of reminiscent of like a Make Noise or some of those modules, those other commercial modules where you're not quite like the principle is very simple behind how it operates, but to get your head wrapped around it is another story. So I like that mod. I like it for that fact too. Man, I think I'm gonna. Second. I'll be right back. I forgot something. All right. Sorry, I was like before we get started, I need to do a little tiny bit of nail trimming here. I meant to do it before the stream, I forgot. I had to run some errands before I started the stream, so I got up like an hour or so earlier than I normally do and kind of hustled. But didn't get a chance to take care of my stupid nails, so I didn't want to gross you guys out. Got a straggler here. All right. Sorry about that. We should probably get this party started right. You ever see Dylan Baston's stuff? I don't think so. Oh yeah, I've seen some really cool Max designs. Not so much Max for Live though. I'd be interested to see some designs for that. The cellular degradulation, I don't know. Galderio, hello yourself. Hope you're doing absolutely fan-fucking-tastic. We've got this son of a bitch today. We're gonna finish off our number wing. My buddy never got back to me on what he wanted his colors for his number wing lights to be. I'm just gonna make them all the same color. I don't really care, because it is just a multiplexer. Or not, it's not even a multiplexer. It's, well, yeah, I guess it is. Whatever, it's a binary thingamajig, I think is the scientific term for it. I believe the ancient Romans came up with it. When they were in Roman town. Oh, shoot. I got to shave today, too. Look at that. Oh, my God. I look like a crusty old man. Those Romans ruined everything. They were rambunctious. Or weren't they? Oh my God, what have we not done on this? It looks like we haven't done this mother trucker, and then we've got 2 TLO, 3. My God. 3 TLO-72s. And then we're done with the SMID, and then we can do all the through holes. There's a lot of jacks, lot of LEDs and jacks. Really gonna push our LED jack situation to the edge. To the edge. I wonder what color we should do for that. Oh, you won a battle royale, Al. Oh, kudos. Fortune from Within over on the YouTube. Welcome in. Yay. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream, mate. That's awesome. That's Trip the Light fantastic. I think that's what the kids are saying. Ironically, of course. Ironically. Oh. I guess I'll just grab the, I think it's the Silicon book. The book. I cleaned this up like right as the stream was starting up. Like a little liquid from my beverage here. We actually have humidity here in Phoenix right now. We had a big storm. We've had a couple storms, but it was pretty good last night or yesterday. It flooded in some areas. Thankfully, I don't live in a floody area. I mean, it'd really have to be bad for it to really become an issue where my house is. But and I don't know. I think that's just because I have better things to do. But I could go to the back half of my neighborhood, and that's like down quite a bit. And someone was telling me that's lived here for a while that part of the rule that this development has with the city is that it can't drain any water into the city, so it has to keep it where it is, which means it has nowhere to go when it floods. And these back parking spaces, they get flooded and they're really bad. But I'm wondering if it affects these houses. And when I was looking for my house, everything, before I got this place, I looked at a house that was in that exact same spot where it's a big flood area. And I was always kind of mad that I didn't get that house because it had like this awesome view that has still not been interrupted. But because you could see the mountains and so forth, like right out the back window, right, and there was like a actual backyard versus this place doesn't have any fucking backyard. But I didn't get it for, I don't even remember what the problem was, but I was always kind of bummed about it. But then as I ended up getting a house like a few hundred yards away, not even a few, probably like 100 yards away, and maybe 100 and a half. Anyways, really close. And I keep going back and realizing I kind of dodged a bit of a bullet by not getting that house, even though it had some really cool stuff. The fact that it floods in that area, so you can't park back there. And they even have like no parking spaces now because it's and the water gets up so high, I guess. And then there's like, I don't know, there's some weird stuff that goes on back there. And it was a while back, but I'm just like, I think I'm glad I live up here rather than over there. Yeah, I think that worked out for the best. But it was still a really cool view. I could almost deal with all those problems for the view. Oh, and the neighbor was a snowbird. And by that, I mean the house was only used during the winter, and then it was unoccupied during the summer, and they had like metal shutters and like, basically to secure the hell out of the place. And that would have been my neighbor. Some old people that showed up maybe once a year, maybe not. I guess I'm being a little bit presumptuous that they were old. Maybe they were young, and they were like, oh, let's buy a crappy property in a flood-ridden neighborhood. This will be a good utilization of our finances. Hello, TLO 72. Oh, you can't say that anymore. No, you can't. I don't think it matters. Yeah, well, get with the times. Hey. It's okay. You can grow too. You're a TLO 72. No, it's okay, buddy. I won't tell anybody you said that. Unless you run for some sort of office or against me. Yeah. I've been recording this whole time. Yeah, those cameras are live. Yes. No. No money is needed, my friend. No. No. What? No. No. You don't need to do that either. No. Don't worry about it. It's okay. It's a little secret. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll talk. We'll talk later. Man, TLO 72s are little dirty fucks, aren't they? I don't know. Don't know if I want to deal with them. I mean, I might get an 82, but I don't know. That has its own problems. So I guess we'll just deal with it the way it is, just like the ancient Aztecs dealt with their problems. It's too expensive to buy the non-racist package. Well, I didn't say it was. I didn't say that. I implied it. I guess. But it was more of a metaphor for life. Oh my. Oh, Jimmy. By dismemberment. Oh, yes. One leg at a time. What? Okay, there we go. Look at this. I didn't think I'd have enough of these. I got so many of these. I literally have a problem. I have to talk to my doctor. Did you buy a whole bunch of 4514s? Yeah, doc. I just love multiplexers. What? Multiplexers. It's not a multiplexus. That's something with a bunch of butts. That's a multi-solar plexus, actually. That's the correct term. But back in my day, we didn't have those terms. We simply had words and sounds and little clicking things that we could do with our eyes. Yeah, I should do an entire stream where I just pretend to have conversations with inanimate objects. Really just seems like a good utilization of 10 to 12 hours. Definitely not going to get any, like, wellness checks out of that. I don't know, man. He's been doing it for a while. At first I thought it was a bit. Now, I don't know. Do I want to do it in the big plate or just do it on the ground? Wait, that's the song lyrics I've been working on. Sorry. Doing it for my baby. There we go. Fascinating fact in the entertainment industry, there's a lot of corporate shows that people do. That's where I come in. But one of the more interesting ones I heard, not more interesting, just one of the more like ones I can talk about really, is Huey Lewis and the News. Whenever they would play corporate events, I don't think they do it really much anymore, but maybe they do. I haven't seen them. But whenever they would do corporate events, they basically just have a clause in their contract so that, you know, they get their payment, they get room and board and everything, but they get like an extra day or so and they get to golf on the course for free. Because everybody in Huey Lewis and the News loves to golf. Do what you will with that information. Maybe get Huey some golf clubs. I'm kidding. He already has them. Why would he need more? It's like getting a truck owner another truck. What the fuck are they gonna do with that? Haul the other truck around? Emasculate the truck with another truck? Truck dominance is important. A lot of people don't see that. A lot of people don't understand. Truck is not only a symbol. Oh yeah, is this going to be more in the way though? I think, well, maybe not. I don't know. Trying this different camera angle with this guy, and I don't know, to be honest with you. I should move this camera over though. Or do I want to or no? I want to move it that way. Let's do a little camera fucking around here today. That's the power of golf. Power of golf will make you think that you're really good, but you actually stink. The power of golf will make you bleed. Don't need bunnies or cocaine. Don't need a cigarette to ride this train. But I need the money, so give it to me sometime. I haven't worked on this bit in advance, so you can kind of tell it's pretty awful. I mean, I don't even sound like Huey or the News. Oh, I thought there was solder on here. There's like nothing. All right, we're gonna do it anyways. We're gonna get a little bit of sizzle though. You ready for some sexy sizzle? Here we go. Little sexy sizzle. Fire. All right, back to hosing these sons of bitches down. So we're putting on the juice of Safu. otherwise known as Kester 951. It is both powerful and powerless. Ooh, mustache you to groom. Let's do that while we're waiting. Didn't even see that. Well, actually, that's not true. I did see it, but it was just now. While we wait for the alcohol to. You know, I meant to do the old trimmy trim today, but I forget it. As you can see, I didn't even forgot to shave entirely. You have to use so many curse words. There you go. Have it your way, dude. Have it your way. You know, a wiser feller than myself once said, sometimes you eat the bar, and sometimes the bar eats you. Wait, shaving stream? Where's that? Oh, wow, that was way up there. Sorry, I missed that. We need German marching music when you take care of your stash. You know what's funny? I think like that one time we played some and I got like a copyright for it, and I was like, dude, the music is thousands, you know, or not thousands, but hundreds of years old. I think it's fair use. But apparently, I think it was the who performed it copyrighted it or something. It was so annoying. I'm like, I need to get like a copy of those songs where everyone that sang in it, or not sang, but anyone that played in it is dead. And I think we need 20 years after their death or something like that. It's kind of stupid. Shave stream only on Kick, yeah. Kick. Ooh, I just got a scam text. It's pretty good here. It's the number is the obvious because it's not even in the United States. Amazon recall. You ordered this product in September 2025. Due to quality and safety concerns, we are recalling order number. And then just to verify, do I even have an order number with that registry? No. It's just a fucking made up number. Yeah. So the number's fake. And then we recommend that you stop using this product immediately and contact us, ? But it's like it's the wrong. Basically, there's a missing font. Or a full. Yeah, it's supposed to be F. Or a full refund. And then the address is t.co is the top level domain. So definitely on the up and up. Your safety is our top priority, and we sincerely apologize for the inconvenience and disappointment this may cause you. Thank you for shopping with Amazon safety team. Good one. Nice try. Oh my God, and it was sent to 1 million people. There's like 1 jillion people in the same group text. That's hilarious. I was hoping it would have really bad grammar. Those are my favorite ones, where like the grammar's all fucking stupid and you're like, what? Man. Really brazen of you to try to rip off people not in your native tongue. How necessary is a video mixer for running 2 or 3 cameras in OBS? So I use the video switcher because I have a lot of cameras and sources, and then I'm like a big latency freak and a hardware freak, and it's kind of like how they do it professionally. But my method isn't like the all-time bestest method. It's just what I wanted to do. You can do USB cameras into OBS and get a really similar experience, and probably cheaper too. But if you just have cameras that are only HDMI out, then you could get like a ATEM Mini. It's 4 inputs, 1 output, and it has a single USB-C, and it will convert and dump into your computer. You can also, though, run it standalone. It has a network connection, and you can plug that in, and you'll upload a little file to it that has your login and stream key and all that, and that will you can stream directly off of the unit. And that has its own little benefits and so forth if you're into that. But I don't think it's very practical for most people to do it this way. Like the way I'm doing it is it's a bit of a pain in the ass, but it's by choice. I think most people would want to do it a much easier way than me, but I don't know. Yeah, here, I'll show you the, let me pull it up. We'll do a little spot for Black Magic. So the company is Black Magic Designs, and they make tons of pro and prosumer level audio gear. They make a lot of, they've really been doing well, I think, getting their stuff into it. So this is their ATEM system. It goes all the way from professional to prosumer. The one that I'm talking about is the Mini Pro. Wow, it's $325. I paid $6 for mine. They got it down even cheaper. So this one has 4 inputs and a single out, like I was saying. But I ended up getting, where is it? Oh my God. Keep going. Where's the extreme? Did we just pass it? Hold up. Oh, it's just going to do the mini. So let's go to, oh, they have the new one? I want the old one. Where's the extreme? Yeah, here we go. So this is one I have. And the price went up. That's crazy. I paid like $1,000 for mine. Oh, is it just going to keep me to the same page? So this is the one I have. The big difference is the amount of overlays that you can do simultaneously. It started to really get to be a pain in the butt, the limitations on this one. And so I really wanted this because this was like 4 times as much. So by that, I mean, so you have your 4 inputs here and you can switch between those cameras. But let's say you want to do like this right here, me being keyed in. This chroma key thing, that's handled in the ATEM software and so forth, and that uses up one of your DSPs, and that's basically the only DSP you get. You can only pop one. They call them downstream keys. You can only have one downstream key on this unit. Not a big deal, and I got by for a really long time. But I started to run in instances where I was like, oh, you know, I'd like to be able to pipe in a camera of the oscilloscope, you know, as well. And I have like, is a box, well, yeah, like I'd have a box, it's not positioned, but I'd have a box there. And I'd put it on the other side, but, you know, you get the idea. So that limitation started to get on my nerves, and I bailed and got the bigger one, and because it has 4 that you can layer up, and technically you can do 5. Like we can do it, and it has a super source, which I don't think I have on this key, but here we can look at the software. So this is the software that runs it, that you can run remotely, and this program works for all their ATEMs. So like if you have the big MA system, which is like their larger one with like 32 ends. This is just a sea of inputs on these buttons over here. Well, here, get rid of me for a second. This is just a sea of buttons that you have. But see, each one of these keys, this is mine. And then you can key up. That's like a big blown up one. And then there's a little guy, and there's another little me over there. And these are just not set up right. You set up your downstream keys on your, over on here. Bring me back. And so it'll do a super source, which is exactly what it looks like here. You can have up to 4 sources, and then you can have a background source as well. So if we do a super source here, we'll switch over to it. This other camera doesn't have a feed, so there's nothing going to it right now, but you got 4, and the video playback is running at the same time. So if you didn't want to do chroma key, if you just wanted to box yourself in, that's really easy to do. The downstage key for this is so you have Luma, Chroma, Pattern, and DVE. If you just wanted you to be a box, we could do DVE. And you get like some cool little features here. Like you can do this, well, I can't remember. Yeah, there it goes. And I have to run to A to bring it back. So you have like little special effects that you can do. It's kind of fun. You can build borders, perimeter borders on here. We'll make it red. Maybe. Doesn't seem to be changing it. There we go. Red. Okay. Now we have that border around it. Stuff like that. It's pretty cool. I can't remember what pattern. Oh, yeah. You can do these crazy, like, psychedelic patterns and stuff. Luma will do, like, a light masking. And you can even load masks into here. And you can do this on the regular ATM, but you can only do one at a time. But that's it. Otherwise, I think it's pretty cool. So another thing is too, can I do a blackout here? I don't think I can. Oh yeah. Well, we do this. Oh no, that doesn't work either because it still shows the key. We'll just hit blackout over here. So all this that's up right now, the overlay, the text, the game, that's OBS. but we're always on the same scene in OBS. I never change scenes or anything. I just actually use them for layout changes. Like if I need to move this box on another side or whatever, you know, I have it for that, but most of the time it stays static. Why is Eurorack expensive? A couple of reasons, honestly. There's a bunch of things that kind of jack up the price. One is just the fact that everything's modularized. So normally when you're building a synthesizer, you can rely on that one power regulator for 5 volts or for 3.3 or some sort of special voltage in a synth. But in this, you have just 12 volts, kind of 5, and then you're going to have to put a regulator on there. And that may not be too expensive, but it's the regulator, the protection diode, the capacitors, and now you're up like $3 or $4 possibly. Maybe not that bad, but it gets exponential pretty quickly. But I think that's a big part of it. And also modular, because there's so many options, they throw everything at it. Like the pots and the jacks are really expensive. And if you were designing a synthesizer, you'd be like, well, we don't need to do this again, do we? And you save $250. But modular pushes completely against that. It's like, no, you want it, dude. Trust me. If you don't, you can just turn it the fuck down. Shut up. You want it. So because of that, it just adds up into the price and really pushes things. Like a rack, yeah, that's another good example. So that's a back end for your. Yeah, so the software, yeah, the ATEM control software runs that, but then I have Companion running that. So like, I don't know if I have the layout. I have this layout that very similar mirrors the control layout. I have my inputs here, and then I have all my keys up here, and then I have my transfers here, and I have a couple of like cues and so forth. Like I can do, the run twos are built into here. Now I can go to another page and I have a different layouts, but this is the one I mostly use when I'm streaming, like Sunday morning. So I imagine a switcher like that takes some load off the computer. So if you have like a computer that's kind of that doesn't have like some crazy video card and like a pretty decent CPU for, you know, managing the buses on your USB, because that's the other issue. You run into like limitations on PC for how many video devices you can have. And I've ran into that. Like I've known some streamers that have a lot of cameras, they've had to buy PCI expansion cards to give them more USB so they can put more video devices on it. So I just didn't want to mess with that at all and went with the hardware. Would be a bad choice for a beginner? It depends on what you want to do, mate. Are you wanting to do, like the reason I got into modular was because it was going to do things that other things couldn't do, that like I couldn't go to Guitar Center and pick up, you know? So that intrigued me. And that's kind of where I kept going. So if you want to make like but it doesn't have to be that way. If you want to make like a drum machine that's like a mixture of the 909 and the 808 and, you know, this or that, you could build one in Eurorack and customize the hell out of it, and you probably have like pretty sweet setup if you don't say so myself. But it's the thing with modular, I think, is the most interesting, and I don't think anyone sees it when they're going in, is that it totally changes how you construct music and how you construct sounds. Like you're so used to doing it in a synth where you have X, Y, Z, done. And you can replicate that in modular. I do it all the time. But then there's all these weird things where you're like, well, wait, I could feed this that, and it does this you know, really weird kind of thing, but it sounds really cool. And you start experimenting and doing things that would never be allowed. And for example, you can get generative patches. That's a lot of what we do. What we're listening to right now is, here, I'll pull it up real quick. We're listening to Jay Nothing, who uses software. This is a software version of Eurorack called VCV Rack, Victor Charlie Victor Rack. And if you really want to get your toes wet without spending any money, this is an excellent way to go. You can experiment, you can have a lot of fun with it. There's tons and tons of tutorials out there on YouTube and blogs, and you know, there's plenty of documentation to kind of walk you through how to build patches. And that's probably going to be your cheapest way to get into it without getting into it all the way. Prior to this, like a long time ago, when I first got into modular, there's the Nord modular, which is a hardware unit, but you would build the patches in software and then load it up into the hardware, and then you could assign knobs and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. Well, that software would run standalone. You didn't need the hardware, so you could build patches on your computer in this software that was fully modular. It was basically kind of like a really stripped down, simplified version of VCV Rack. And that's where I started getting into like, oh wow, so you can make a sequencer that doesn't do 4/4. It does 7/4. Weird. And having stuff that's hardware to do that and all these kind of odd things, it really added up. Let me catch up on chat. How does Companion send to the ATEM software? I'm not exactly sure what the protocol is. It's a built-in preset for the ATEM. So here we could even go, oh shoot. I don't know if I have the address written down. I think I might have to look it up. It might be on this case. I did write it on the case. I'm a smart boy. I'm gonna go to smart boy school as soon as I get my tuition. 1.33. Oh, really? That's not good. No. Oh. Oh, wait, it needs to... I forgot I need my port number. Port... Dude, that should work. Huh. All right, well, I was going to connect to the switch and show you, but... to Companion, but it's... claiming it's not there. Even though... Here. Oh! What a butthole. Okay. Back to the software real quick. So here's the software. If we go to... buttons... we can go here, let's go to a different page here. We'll go to page 22. So this is a bunch of empty buttons. I should be able to compress this. This used to shrink down. Here, let me... well, that didn't help. That made it worse. We'll just go with this. So we'll go to the page, and then we go to presets, and you'll see the ATEM there. And then I can go... they're kind of labeled weird. You can build macros if you don't have them. Like I have a ton of macros that just do stuff. Like I couldn't figure out how to do a cut and a take. That's not part of the IO, so I just built a macro that does that. But you can go in and build like, you know, your key buttons and so forth. Key next is going to be a preset. Let me see if I can find ME key 1. So yeah, you could specify which key you want. You could get really deep. I forgot. You can actually change your key inputs on here. It's pretty cool. 404 is a sampler. Yeah, I hear you, Calderio. I'm the same way. But, you know, as far as getting into modular, I think software's the next best thing. Do you use Companion when you do live events? No. I don't have any real hardware that I deal with where I need Companion. But a lot of video equipment will use it. I don't know, like, well, all this ATEM stuff. So a lot of video guys, if they'll use an ATEM or an E2 or whatever, they're in this list. Like, it's back all the way out. So they've changed the UI. There used to be a way you could just you could build your own, and it's somewhere in here, but I don't know where you do it. And you can, yeah, that's right too. You can also get down in the. You have your little emulator. You can run. Oh, the emulator's not working. Oh no. Oh, that's right. You can use the keys on your keyboard. That's dumb. Used to have a. Yeah, here we go. Web buttons. There we go. So now we can do changes here if we wanted to. Somewhere in there is the presets, but I can't remember where it is. I'm not gonna spend too much time trying to remember, especially since this software for me is a set and forget. Like anytime I want to, oh wait, here you go. So you can go to the variables section and you can build custom button setups. So I think I took OBS out, but you can put OBS in here and control OBS alongside of your other stuff. So you could have them all in the same window, which is really handy. I should make a video on how this is all wired up sometime, because I don't think a lot of people do it this way, and might be interesting. Might be useful. Israel, I want hardware simply because the computer just doesn't feel right to make music. I totally get that. I would recommend VCV still, because it's going to be like, it's going to be some really nice RTFM. You know, I think you're going to be able to experiment and learn, and, you know, yeah, you're not going to write a hit tune or anything like that, or your greatest jams, but you can start to figure out what this modular is about. There's a lot of modules in there that I can guarantee you have no idea what they're supposed to be doing. You don't understand them, because there's tons and tons. For me, I don't get what they do. I don't know. That's half the reason I buy them. The one we're working on right now. This one's called Number Wang. It's a joke. It's a reference off a British comedy. You know what? I'll explain what this does. It's not terribly complicated, but it's a multiplexer where you have here, we'll pull up the page because it'll be easier to explain. Oops. Yeah, there you go, Grizzleby. That's a good analogy there. It is a tactical experience, but at least it's a good way to research. I would say use VCV Rack as a research utility rather than a music-making device. But if you're like dead set, there's some very nice entry-level stuff out there. My suggestion to a lot of people, if you want to get into Eurorack and you don't know where to start, you don't know what to do, I would recommend getting a semi-modular module, like a voice module. So my favorite one is the Behringer Neutron. I think that thing is one of the best synths on the market, full stop. I'll fight you. I think it's a really good one. I use it constantly, and I've never gotten bored with it or even thought for a second I could do better. I just love it. And it's a fully modular synth voice. You can go in and do all kinds of cool stuff. It's pre-wired, so you don't have to. It's turnkey. You don't need a case. You don't need a audio interface. It has a headphones, it has USB on it, it has MIDI. You could connect it any way that works for you. And it's all there as long as you have something around to produce the note data. You can do MIDI, CV, USB, MIDI, all those things are optional. You can plug headphones in to listen to, you can plug it into your mixer, all those things are gonna work. And once you're ready to get something else, or you've got your eye on like, oh, you know, I don't really like the LFO on this, I want something more interesting. You'll find that super sweet LFO you want, you'll get a case. That case is gonna be a little bit of expensive purchase, but once you you can put your Neutron in there, wait till the next paycheck or whatever, get that LFO, pop it in, wonderful. I think that's the best way. I think it's better. I've seen a lot of people go in and they're like, I'm gonna get this complex oscillator, and I'm gonna get this very unique filter, and I'm gonna get this case. And you're like, bro, mate, you need filters. You need modulation sources. You need LFOs. You need this, you need that. Ooh, thank you for the follow, mate. You need all these other devices. If you get something like a Neutron, it's all there. The Neutron has like a slew limiter. It has attenuators. It's got distortion, delay. It's just got a lot of stuff. Now, if you're not a Behringer fan, Moog makes some versions of. There's other options out there. I just think that's the best bang for your buck, the Neutron. But there are other options out there if you don't want to go that route. And it's going to be basically the same experience. You'll be able to tinker around with it, get a really good sense of what you're looking for, and then build off of that. Maybe you outgrow it someday and you sell it, because now you don't, I don't want that, I want that. But you could even pop it back in the case that it came in, and now you freed up all this room in your rack to put more modules in. I think it's the best. I've thought a lot about it, and I stand by it. I still haven't decided, like, that was a stupid take. I need to get the Proton really bad. I want it. Yeah, the Neutron's dirt cheap too these days, by comparison. You have all useful resources. Thank you, guys. You bet, mate. That's what we're about here. We're really just, we want to get people into soldering, into synthesizers, into electronics, into this kind of world that I think a lot of people, they're interested, but they really don't know where to start. And having like real-time community, interaction with people, and people, up in the chat, we've got differences of opinions and so forth, different takes on things. I think that's a really nice resource. I'm glad you found us. I'm glad that glad it's kicking for you right there. But one more time, our jams are coming from this guy's channel here, and it shows up in the chat every now and then. This is all generative. I think this is an old VOD. They may be playing a little bit around, but for the most part, this module, this is all running itself. It's making its own music, and you can tell it's not repetitious. It's not it's doing different things as it goes. You start to get a little bit of a concept of the loop a little bit, but it's so long that it's nice. It's kind of like rain, you know, like listening to rain or wind through some trees or something. There's chaos, but there's a pattern to it, things like that. Good times, good times. Yeah, that's a good point. You can always, there's nothing wrong with buying a used Behringer. If you don't want to give money to Yuli, just buy it off someone else who did. Technically, no harm, no foul. But yeah, I know some people are against it. I get their stance on it. I don't agree with it, but I respectfully disagree. But I will agree that the Behringer has done some really nasty, dirty things in the past. And that's not cool. But making keyboards cheap, I'm sorry. I'm always gonna get behind that world. Making musical instruments cheaper, more affordable for people. Yeah. I love that. I love it. All right, one more squirt of the good stuff. And then we'll solder away. Solder for Cynthia, my sweet sucker. What the hell? Is there like crud? Oh my god. Oh, there's like shit on everything. Get out of here. Oh, yeah, like, where are you coming from, plastic crud? Did I get rid of that plastic thing? I think I did. I think it made me mad. Happy soldering soon. Hey. Well, that reminds me, Bobby. I'm so glad you're getting into this and you're having such good success. It's always kind of hit and miss. Some people they hit the ground running really good, and some people they kind of echo my experience where it's like, oh, shit. You know, they it's a little more of a challenge, I would say, but you know, after a time, it makes sense, and you start to just tear through it as fast as your little bank account can handle it. Oh, it reminds me, I forgot to fucking send that invoice out. There's something like, there's some crud here. Someone was asking me about cleaning these pads and why I do it with these dips. And this is exactly the reason. They won't slide on sometimes. And they're jerk faces. Well, I don't think it was. It's just fibers. If it was hair, like hair's way thicker. Those are like little tiny fibers. I don't know where the fuck they come from though. I wonder if they come from the green screen or something. But it's pretty clean. I haven't washed it lately. I should probably give it a little wash. Try to pull off any of the fuzzies. But the module we're working on right now is number wang. Oops. Supposed to change the other screen. Is number wang, and yeah, I totally forgot. I was going to give an explanation on how this thing works because it's kind of weird. So it uses a multiplexer, and I think that's what you call it. Is that what he calls it? Well, it's a 4514. I'm pretty sure that's what that chip does. So, yeah. So the way this works is you have 1, 2, 3, 4. And, well, actually it should be 1, 2... Yeah, it's, well, wait, how do you get 16 though? Oh, yeah. So you have 1, 3, 4, 8, or 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a binary counter. So 1 only activates where the fuck 1 is. 2 activates 2. 1 and, oh, that's right. So I'm getting the numbers wrong. So 1 and 2 at the same time is 3. This next one, data 3, is 4. And then this one is 8. So if you add 4 plus 2, you get 6. 4 plus 1, you get 5. 4 plus 8, you get 12. You can, any combination of this is going to get 0 through 15. This is 1 through 16, but that just confuses things. And that's it. There's a strobe on here, which I believe is like an enable disable. And I don't remember. I think it has to go high to enable it, because there's, well, it's in a non-inverting. I'm not sure how this works. It's probably, he does explain it though, I think. Let's read. Yeah, it's a 416 decoder with sync and async, and uses a patch for signals for the 4 inputs and generate endless variety of gate patterns. If nothing is plugged into the sync input, then the circuit will change when one of the 4 inputs is changed. With sync, it will only change when the sync signal is high. So yeah, it's an enable disable. The only tricky point to the build is choosing the resistors for the gate outputs and the LEDs. We don't care. All right. Does anyone not get how this works? I kind of did a lackluster job of describing it, but we can find other examples. Like, I have more examples of this. There's a sequencer called the cryptograph that uses the exact same chip and the exact same principle. You have 4 inputs and a strobe. It calls it latch, but it's the same thing. It's enable, disable, or a lock. And so if you want to do glissando and things like that, you can lock it out, and then once it's ready, the curve will take over. You have to do like a hold. Yeah, the Wanganum is different, for sure. But this one is basically a binary, or is it a binary? Yeah, it's a binary encoder, decoder. I don't know which. I feel like I'm using the wrong words. It's like my words are messing up. But I mean, what it does is very simple. Like here, we'll do frequency central cryptograph. So they don't make this anymore, which is a crying shame. But it's the exact same thing. So the way the cryptograph works is you have 0 through 15. You have 4 inputs here, 1, 2, 4, 8. You can send binary signals into here, and it will, if you put 1 into 1, it'll go from 0 to 1, back and forth. High, low, high, low. If you do 2, it'll do 0 to 2, 0 to 2. If you put these together, it'll go to 3, etc., etc. Keep adding them up. The cool thing with this is with this switches is that you have enable and then you have hold. So, and what you can do is, so it's center position, it will go through and the switch will just keep working like normal. If you flip it up, it will just go high. And if you turn it up, it'll disable it. So what I like to do was use like the 4 or the 8 to enable, disable those, and I would get like 2 different sections. Like if I turn 8 off, flip this to the off position, it would just stay in these top 8. And then if I hit hold, it would jump down to here. And if I put it center, it would use the whole thing. Really cool for creating patterns and so forth. Number wang, same thing. The only difference is the number wang doesn't push out to these pots. It just puts out a solid 5-volt voltage or something around that amount. It's like 5 volts or something. This will, it puts out, you actually have a switch for high-low on the range. You could do 5-volt or 10-volt range. And that's the difference. Like there's an attenuator on each one of these to get your different, you know, from 10 volts or 5 volts down to whatever you're trying to do. Obviously, if you have it all the way counterclockwise, it'll be 0, or it'll be the lowest voltage, which will be like 1 volt or something like that, or half a volt. I've never measured it to see, but that's what those two, or that's what this is. It's just a this 4514. You know what, I'm gonna use a lighter wire. So I have it here, and it honestly would be easier. I don't know why I try to do dips with big o thick honkin' wire like I'm soldering resistors and stuff. Yeah, that works way better. I don't know why I've wasted so much of my life trying to solder with the big boys. I could have soldered with the little guys. Look at that. Happy days. Maybe. Crisp and clean, no caffeine. Sorry. I just had to go back to a Lipton tea ad from 1992. Featuring the man who did the voice for The Little Mermaid. The lobster guy, I forgot his name. Did a fun Caribbean song about living under the sea. You know what? I need a dab. Need a little tiny bit of relaxation, integration. Let's look at I'm actually curious now. What is the wang? We've already built the Wangernum, haven't we? I think we built ours and my buddies. Yeah, the Wangernum is really not much like its counterpart. So if we go to the schematic here, oops. Yeah, we've got like two different chips kind of going on here. We have this 4046 and then these 4024s. And these are chained together. But wouldn't that give us... Gives us... Wait, what? There's 7 outs? So 6, so that would just be 12, wouldn't it? Oh, these are not even connected. Oh, that's weird. What in the hell? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, so there's 10 outs. What in the dick? Looks like 12. It looks like 12 to me. Where are we getting 10? Oh, wait. I'm not counting right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, whatever. And then we have VCO out with this Vactrol on here to control the rate. Yeah. Oh, never mind. This is repeat for each one of these. So you'd have the divider input, which will take whatever is in here and shoot it to this if you don't put anything in. And then the range is controlled by this. And then the roulette... Wait. What? Oh, no, that's the output. The roulette goes... Oh, it feeds back into itself. Otherwise, it goes into VCON, which I thought weird. Oh, it's like the... What? Weird. I thought we built this, but actually I don't know where it is. We'll have to mess with that. So my tentative plans for Tuesday's stream is for us to hang out in Space Station. We did this like a while back, and I kind of dug it. And we're just I'm gonna not have the green screen up, so it'll be the background like regular. But I'm gonna just kind of jump between the two, so we can hang out here on the desk and maybe tweak and work on stuff, and then throw it in Space Station and see what it does. Try to figure it out a little bit better. The roulette rules. Huh. Weird. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to turn on Jamtown. I mean, we kind of have to get the audio through, but I'm not going to have any cameras aimed that way. I just kind of want to spend some time with all these new modules that we got for Space Station. I also kind of really need to fix the power in Jamtown, and I still haven't done that. So this just all makes sense. Plus, this hasn't been much of a month, but we did get a lot of modules ready, so I say we just tinker with them and get to know them. Get to know them better. Let me get to the right page. There you go. Stupid. Ba 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 basketball ba 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 basketball 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 ba 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 basket. Okay, sorry. Yeah, you know, I think this is going to work out because I have to order these parts, and then I needed to order some other parts to fix that Arturia keyboard, which I still think is going to be a lost cause. We have this little, this key step here, and like, with, oh yeah, those are the burnt out parts. And like, it had a catastrophic power failure. It was wild. I mean, luckily it didn't melt anything on the PCB itself, but it wanted to. And when it failed, it blew out 3 voltage regulators. The first one saw way too many volts, blew up, sent too much to the other one, it blew up, and then there was another one that pulled from that. So it was like 19, and then a 5, and then a 3-3, and they were all toast. In fact, the 5 one seemed to work a little bit, but it was only putting out like a volt. The 3-3 was completely dead. We applied 3-3 volts and put a thermal camera on the MCU because I'm like, well, if it's toast, it's, you know, we can maybe see it like get really hot, and that'll say that like the inside's melted and it's just shorted to hell. But it just got like normal warm. Like it got like 40 C or something like that. And I was like, oh, well that's perfectly healthy. So the gamble is, did that thing see more than 3-3 volts before the 3-3 guy shut down? There was no voltage protection built into the circuit whatsoever. Come on, Arturia. Well, okay, I take that back. There was, but it failed really badly, and it really could have been avoided. So this is cool. The only reason I bring it up because it's kind of cool. So what happened is there was an electrolytic cap, and it saw too much power, as what most likely happened. So the cap exploded, and when it exploded, it landed right on top of this fuse resistor. So the fuse resistor never popped, because the cap, which all the casing like blew off, so it was just the aluminum outer shell, was like bridging the whole thing perfectly, and it was stuck on there too. It was a little bit fused. We were able to get it off, but it was just like kind of gunked on there from all the heat and everything. And so like that protection was the only thing that was there, and it was coming from the jack, and it obviously didn't work because the cap blew before the fuse did, and that was a voltage issue. So there was nothing to protect from over voltage. There was just over current, which I guess that'll happen if there's a short, but there's no over voltage protection that I could see in there. And someone was asking earlier what makes modules expensive. That's another example, because it's an extra part that you have to put in that normally wouldn't need to be. With NLC modules, he keeps it really simple and cheap, and usually puts 10 ohm resistors, or like tchotchke diodes, something like that, just something that will prevent reverse voltage or over voltage. Well, it doesn't really do over voltage, does it? But you're not really, Eurorack is kind of hard to fuck that part up. You have to really try. Anyways, really wish they would have done something better because that thing wouldn't have blown. But we'll get all those parts along with the part for the mixer. I still haven't been able to. It's kind of on me. I've just been busy, and it's kind of a pain in the ass to do. I think I have to get on the horn to do it. But I still haven't ordered parts for the keyboard, that vocoder, and I haven't ordered parts for the Axe Effects thing, or Rax Effects, however you're supposed to say it. I haven't ordered the part for that either. I've just been, I don't know, like neither of those guys are missing it right now, so there's no big hurry, and I have a couple of other people that have kind of been missing their stuff, so I'm trying to like get them done first. But man, sometimes I just get tired. I kind of feel like a lot of the times I just work way too much, and I don't feel like it's work because I enjoy it, like streaming and stuff. I'm like, well, I enjoy doing it. And even my job sometimes, like my day job and stuff, I'm like, I can't believe they're paying me to do this, I get that a lot. But in the same voice, or in the same time, I guess, I think like, man, do I ever take time off? And going to KnobCon, I consider that my little vacation. And it's not even a little one, it's a big one, I'm there for 7 days, basically. Well, 6.5. And, I did put, oh wait, this is ours. This is our, yeah, we're just gonna do this. Where is it? Supposed to put caps. I'm also, for these 10 ohms, ooh, what should I do? We should put tchotchkes in here. I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I'm gonna drop some diodes in here, and I'll use that as my protection, because that'll be reverse voltage protection. That'll be more useful than a 10 ohm resistor that's just gonna smoke. He has those in a couple of designs, and I don't like them at all, because even when you do screw it up, then you've got to fix something. You burned out a resistor, and you're like, this is no fun. Creatives rarely take time off because they're, yeah, that's true. I guess I just worry sometimes that I push myself too far because I don't even, I don't even know. I'm like, oh, I'm tired. I have these symptoms and stuff, but I'm like, well, you just kind of like, oh, of course I'm tired. I don't know. I was watching this podcast clip of this guy who was he was an entertainer too. So I guess that kind of makes sense, but with what you're saying, but his instance was more extreme. He was sick, and he kept thinking he just needed to drink more booze, and then he kept getting sick over and over, and he was like in an airport, and then eventually he went to the hospital, and like they didn't give much hope for him. They thought he was going to pass, but he managed through and everything, and when he's telling this story, I'm like, I totally understand what he's doing. Like, oh man, do I just keep chugging, thinking, oh, I just need to do more of this? I mean, not necessarily, I'm not talking about alcohol, but just the action of like, oh, well, should I just keep doing this thing I've been doing? Should I just keep, I don't know. It made me think about that. Like, am I making that same mistake that he is by not relaxing or I don't know. I don't know what I want to do, though. To be honest, that's like, I literally just want to get shit done. And that's it. So I don't... That sounds like a lot of fun, to have stuff completed. It's terribly rewarding. All right, we're gonna put these tchotchkes on here. Now, as much as you might think I have this memorized, I'm going to look at how he does it on another module, so that I know which direction they're supposed to go. Ooh, if we can read it, it's gonna be so tiny. I think I know, but I think you have to turn the pointy part. Oh, that's really hard to read. That's so dirty. Who cleaned this? Right. Right. I don't think anyone did, to be fair. Okay, so there you go. There's the line, and it's pointing. So, positive voltage, which is what I thought. I just wanted double bubble. So positive voltage needs to have the line pointing the direction you want it to go. Negative voltage needs to go the opposite direction. Needs to go into it, which totally makes sense. That's how diodes work, I think. And I saw it in a movie one time. There's a lot of nudity in the movie, though. Don't know what that was about. Like, a lot. Like, why are these people... And it didn't even make sense half the time. You're like, they're shopping at a grocery store. Why are they naked? And so beautiful. It was just it was a hard movie to watch 5 times. I'm kidding. I watched it over and over. Trying to figure out the clues. Oh, man. My back is fucking so mad. I slept all wrong. And now my back is like, fuck you. It's pretty mad at me. Pretty angry. I know I'm going to get an email or 2 from my back telling me to fuck off. I bought a Frizen built a while back, and I feel like it's a module I should love, but I think this person's build choice may have been a bit fucked. But do you not know how to fix that? Huh? Huh? Wait, what are you talking about, though? I haven't built the Frizen. I don't know. I don't even know what that does, come to think of it. Dude, why do I have so many 914s? They're the exact same things as 4148s. They're just the old version of it. Oh, these are BWs, though. No, that doesn't mean shit. I don't even know what that meant. I just made that up, too. I knew what that meant. All right, tchotchkes. Are you guys ready? Oh, there's, like... There's nothing in... Oh, there's, like, 1 in here. Why are they in these big containers, anyways? This doesn't make any sense. These are a little smaller. I think this is going to work better. All right. Like it will be putting out chaos volts, but the LEDs on the panel don't light up enough to show what it's doing. Oh, yeah. See, that's what I was talking about earlier. You want to go low on those LEDs, and then you can always take them down. You know, it's, yeah. They probably, here, we can look it up real quick. I feel looky-uppy-ish. Here, I'll make a separate tab just to make it easier. Risen from hell. RK, welcome in. Good evening from Texas, Tejas. Let's go. Let's go. I used to live in Oklahoma, so I am familiar with the state of Tejas. Holder of D-Town. Oh, this video is going to go out. That's like how it shows who is going to poop. And back in the day, let me gotta fix this. Back in the day, we used to go to the raves down in D-Town. Those were the days. Those are fun. Probably 2.2 for bipolar LEDs. Yeah, maybe. Maybe go lower. Those are bicolored though? I thought they were Uno color. The wife is from Oklahoma. Well, there you go. There you go. Good barbecue. Good barbecue. That's what I miss about that part of the country. Although there's a lot of like hacky barbecue joints now that popped up since I was a kid or whatever, and they are terrible. They are absolute garbage. But that doesn't detract from the really good barbecue that's still there. Like I have my high school reunion coming up. It's like my 30 year. I went to my 20, and I've been giving it a little bit of thought, not like a lot, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not fucking ever going again. That was the biggest waste of my time. And money, too. I spent all this money to do it, and I was bored out of my fucking mind. All I learned is that the only thing I wanted to do that I would be into is barbecue. Like, just go in there to get some good barbecue. But I could just go visit my mom or something, and she'd probably be really happy I did that, instead of just getting barbecue. What the hell? Oh, the Frizen is an LDR. Oh. So it's surrounded. I didn't even look at the schematic here. So it's these LEDs? I'm trying to remember what I've used in other bicolor LEDs. I don't think I use 2.2. I think I go a lot lower. Like, I think I use like 1 or something. I don't know. Let me see if there's any modules here that are duals. I don't think there are any over here. Oh wait, you know what? I sit mistaken. The Helvetica scenario, that has LEDs. And where is RL? I don't think I'm going to see it with my human eyes. I'm really pushing my luck here. I gotta give up. Gotta give in. Oh, wrong way. Both ways. Hey, Greg, welcome in. All right, I'm looking for a rule. There it is. Oh, wait, is that the RL? Yeah, look at that, dog. I'm rolling 1K deep. There we go, 1K. And I'm almost positive that's for the lights. We go on the other side. We should have RL, 1K. Yeah, I do 1K. for the for those LEDs, for those LEDs. Flip one more time for me, baby. Oh man, this thing is cool as hell. I'm kind of looking forward to working on this. I love and hate these things. Like, they're so cool, but they're so, I don't know, they're not necessarily challenging, but it's not a fun day. All right, so there's one RL here. Oh, there we go. 1, 2. Wait, there should be like a boatload. Oh, there they are. Oh, cool, mate. Look, they're, well, okay, I thought they were all next to each other. It's kind of a butt in the pain. What you can do, if you need to remove components, what I like to do, and it's not gonna work for, it's gonna be a little bit trickier with the chisel tip, but you can still do it. So let's say we wanted to take this, whatever, we want to take this guy off, but like, oh man, I'm not gonna be able to get my iron to heat both pads at the same time. Well, I don't know if I want to do it because it is, well, you know what, we could, here, we'll do it. Oh, man, this is the worst place, the worst board to do this example on. Here, there's a little spot here that I can do without making a horrible mess. You can get them off. Okay, so I was gonna say, like, if you're needing to remove a component, you can just ball solder on your guy until it grabs both, and then you can just wick it right off. I'm not gonna do it to our buddy here. Oh, am I? There you go. So you can do kind of what I'm doing there, but just keep balling up solder, and then you can take it off, and should come off pretty easily. You won't have to clean your iron off or anything to get it. Well, I mean, you don't have to do that. Never mind. I'm just lying. Yeah, Porphyry, I would try 1K because I believe, so the Helvetica scenario taps, well, let me make absolutely sure, but I think it taps it the same way. So in the schematic, we'll look at this really quick so you can see what I'm seeing. So on these units, you see how it comes right out of the op amp, and then it feeds your output, which has a 1K buffer, and then you have this, which he said 2.2K. Now, if we back out and we go to the Helvetica, which is what I was looking at, and we'll double check. I'm not 100% sure that I'm right about this, but memory's serving me good. I should be right. And there it is, exact same configuration. So we have our smooth out, and then we have this bicolored LEDs. Oh wait, those weren't bicolored, were they? Wait, why is it bicolored? Wait a minute, what the fuck is, I'm confused now. I thought they were supposed to be single. Now hold on, sorry, my brain's all mush. Three millimeter bipolar, okay, well, whatever. It's the same configuration though. It's going to be full voltage range of Euro, so you can go up to 10 volts or it's going to be more like 7 or 8, and then your bipolar LED is buffered off here, and I used a 1K, and they look nice and bright and tasty. So yeah, that's my final thought. They go below 0. So yeah, I just was confused. I could have sworn it didn't state that, but I don't think they drew it like this in the diagram. They just drew the LED once. They didn't draw it as a bipolar. I think is why I got confused. But I know you had a question in the Discord about LED brightness, and hey Dave, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's not exactly the easiest to reverse it for sure. I know you had but yeah, Porphy, I know you had a question on the LED strength, and I know some people, you know, you just wanted a number value, and I know some people are like, well, you have to figure up the and I'm like, well, this is what I've done in the past. I haven't killed any LEDs yet, and they're nice and bright. I mean, it's pretty easy with them. You know, if you just increase the value, it'll darken it, and vice versa. In this configuration, where you have it driving between there. Now they do have some that'll be a tie between this and ground, and then if I'm not mistaken, I think it's the reverse. So, or no, would it? No, it's actually it would be the same problem. Never mind. I'm dumb. It's my first day learning the world. Yeah, I think 470 is pretty good for the super brights. Like some of those colors, like blue and green, you might want to go higher, like 1K. The blues, maybe even 10, 20K. Sometimes those blues just kill me when they get full 10 volt range. But for the majority of colors and like for the majority of the brights that you can get from Tata and whatnot, yeah, I think 470 is great. It's great. I'm the white rabbit. All right, and now I gotta remember. Oh, I just did this. Hey, look at that. It's already landed in the right position. Right everything. Right here. Right now. Maybe not. I can't get it to fall into place, but it doesn't really matter because we're going to use the power of goo. Even though I didn't want to use any, this is going to be way... It's just going to go through the holes if I try to use the liquid flux. Nah. Wrong button, buddy. Alright, we'll do the top, see if I can get it to... Okay, there's one. It's not straight, though. That might... I gotta straighten it just a little bit. Just a little bit of straightness. Good enough, right? No one will know. If you tell anybody, well, I'd hate to be you. Let's just put it that way. Alright, that's kind of there. Let me get a little bit more. I feel like we could feed it just the tiniest bit more solder. There you go, look at her. Bright as the day is long. Kraken, welcome in. Yeah. It's not. It's not. I don't want to use them because like this is an older design, and he would put 10 ohm resistors in here, and I don't like doing it that way. Because what happens if you put it in backwards, it still like will complete the circuit for like a second, so you still run the risk of getting reverse voltage on your op amps. And then the other issue is when the 10 ohm, if you use the 10 ohms, they just poof, they turn into magic smoke. So now you've got to repair the whole thing. With these, the thing just doesn't come on. Like it shorts to ground, and so your power supply faults out and everything. It's not as messy. And this module's for me, so I'm just gonna do it the dumbass way that I do it. The one, I'm building another one for a buddy of mine, and I'm just gonna do, this one's all crooked, it's gonna fucking mock me for the rest of my life. I'm gonna do his the right way. Like, see these 10 microfarad caps? Those are obviously supposed to be electrolytic caps and polarized and all that, but I was like, and it didn't like that one bit. Said it was disrespectful. To which I replied, and then it got really mad. Started saying it was gonna sue me, call the police, all this stuff. Which, over and over, I just kept saying, raging. It was awesome. It was like I found their button. And every time I pressed it, I won a prize. Had my first fire today. What are you talking about? Oh no. Like electrical? Like something happened with your electronics? Oh, I hope not. Stealth Fusion, what's the board supposed to do? It's a, so it's a Eurorack module called the Number Wang. That's a Number Wang. Honestly, I think the Magpie modular panels are cooler looking, but, you know, I'm biased. Not really, I just, it's got funnier jokes on there. It's effectively, I was trying to explain it earlier, it's a binary... Mr. Chainsaw! Am I softer? La 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 la. So it's a binary encoder, decoder. Wait, this is the wrong guy, isn't it? This isn't the Number Wang. This is the Wanger Num. We need the Number Wang. There it is. So the Number Wang is a Eurorack module. You have these 4 inputs, and you have this, pardon me, the sync. It's a binary encoder, so you have 1, 2, 4, and 8. Whatever you add those numbers will give you the value of one of these outputs. So like you can add 1 and 2 and 4 to get 7. That'll light up 7 over here. Or maybe it's 7 here, yeah. Actually, it might be 8. It's gonna light up 7 or 8 or something. I think it's 8 actually, because of the way these are set up. So if you light those 3 up, you'll get 8. If you just light 1 up, you'll get 2, which is more confusing. Anyways, it's just the sum of it. And each one of these puts out just a straight voltage of, I believe, 5-ish, 6-ish volts. And that's it. That's the whole story. That's the Number Wang. You can feed the gate, you can feed those inputs different deals to get like crazy patterns and whatnot, but they'll be locked patterns because you're assuming you're basing it off of like a clock divider or something like that. It'll be a locked pattern. It does have an enable disable on there too. So if you plug something in, it will only activate when it's high. Otherwise, it'll just freeze on the last data. So you can create this kind of sample and hold effect sort of with it. It's, I mean, I don't know exactly what you would use it for. I'm going to use it for like gate generation and stuff like that. But, you could do a lot of other things. There's another module called the cryptograph that's pretty good. Hey, Mr. Chainsaw, welcome in, by the way. I don't know if I already said hello. I feel like I did, but then I don't remember saying it, so fuck me. VCA went on fire first. Done a continually test before boot. It was okay. Plugged it in and the chip caught fire. Wow. That poor chip. Did you have a funeral for it? Did you say some words? Hope so.
Brand new!
Stealth Fusion coming in with that follow. Thank you so much, mate. Welcome in. Yeah, anybody new to the channel, maybe sliding in, lurking, chilling. I should mention, we are an electronics channel, and our focus is to get you into this stuff. So if you're curious about anything I'm doing, even if you think it's a question that gets answered all the time, trust me, I need the practice. So feel free to ask again. Doesn't matter. Repetition is the name of the game in this game of names. Why is it blue? Oh, what the hell? Oh, because the toothbrush is... I should probably get a new toothbrush. I think that brush is starting to get a little long in the tooth. Can I clean some of this roof? Oh, kind of. I should get the... I have like the dust buster. But it's in the other room, isn't it? Yeah, I didn't leave it in here. I should just buy one for this room so I can go bust the dust. Just like I did in bus dusting school. I did, okay. Well, double hello. Kraken, so the VCA, I'm wondering if you hit a 5-volt chip with 12 volts. I got some videos of that. I had these, it's these chips, actually. I think it's these. Well, these are the smaller version, but they're about this size, so they're like SOIC, but it was SOIC 16 or SOIC 14. And, it was a design, it was like a board I designed, and I was like a total idiot, and I, like, didn't know those are low voltage op amps, and so I kept sending it like 12 volts, and like it would just heat up, and I didn't even notice it. We'll take this chip because it's like a little bit larger. There was just this giant red light that would glow, and I was like, why is there an LED on this chip? And then I'd start seeing the smoke, and then eventually it would just burn a hole right through the chip. And I was like, oh, my bad. Must have put that in backwards. So I took it out, put another one in, and recreated the magic. And these things aren't cheap, so I was like burning like $1.20 or so each time until I finally realized I was the fool. Oh no! Did I show you the project I did recently? I don't know. Let me look. Let me see if my memory gets remembered here. Mesh. Infinite grid resistor mesh test board. No, I think I would have remembered this. Cool, so like, and this kind of like how synths will do the chromatic scale. They would do like these mesh resistors or grids or something. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm not good at math either. Arithmetic, eh. So you measure it with a multimeter. Let me see. Let me pull that link up. Ah, man. Okay, move it over here. There's a certain type of brain that's easily disabled if you show it a problem and the involuntary drops everything else to work on it. This has led me to invent a new sport, nerd sniping, physician, on this infinite grid of ideal 1 ohm resistors. What's the equivalent resistance between the two marked now? Oh! So you could get parallel and, I see. Interesting. Pi is? I didn't know that. Yeah, so yeah, that's where you get into the math part where I get like really, really like, haha, symbols, squiggly lines. Yeah, I don't know what any of this shit means. Two boards cost $259 with them assembling it? That's weird. Oh, wait, are they like really precision 1 ohms? Like they're 0.1s or something like that? Because that will up their cost. They're usually, JLC's pretty good on pricing. Yeah, 0.1, that makes sense. Since you're trying to get a precision grid and you don't want it to be 1.4 ohms or, well, that's pretty far, but yeah. Yeah, how many is that? Let me look here. Bill of materials. Let's go, Bill. Oh. Okay, I'll view it raw. Alright, hold up. Oh my god, this is so much work to just answer the question here. It is... Motherfucker, it's not listed. There's no quantity number in here. It's just... Oh, it says 1Ks too, not 1 ohms. Ah. Bruh. Yeah, I guess I'll just take your word for it that it's a lot of resistors. I'm not going to try to figure out what that value is. Unless it says it somewhere in here. 870. Oh, there. Jesus. 1,740. 1,860 total. Yeah. Okay, now I know why it's expensive. That's insane. Is this a project of yours or a project that you found? Canna banana! Yeah, I'm thinking that price is a little... It might be a little bit off. But, I mean, with tariffs, it may actually be back on track. Because the last few things I've gotten built, it kind of stung those extra prices. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that manually. Looking at that grid, and I love soldering, but I'm like, no, bro. That is a job for a robot, not a person. Don't give a robot job to a person, okay? I mean, there's just no easy way to do that. Yeah, there's just no easy way to do it. You could do a hot plate or a reflow or anything like that. That's fine, but it's like, do you do it in chunks? Do you try to do all 1,800 of them? And even then, I mean, there's so much room for error. So you'll still have to do error correction of some sort, you know, cleaning up this or fixing ones that tombstone or get 90'd or something weird. And there's, since the panel's so big and you're heating all this, it's going to be an enormous amount of smoke. So you're really going to even have a hard time like trying to interface with it off of a hot plate. Yeah, it's just, that's a robot's job. And to be fair, the JLC PCB's prices for components are very competitive to what you would get from Mauser or DigiKey. Like I've been working on this project, and that's kind of my job, and I've tried to like cut pricing as much as I could, and I'll go like, okay, JLC for the 20 resistors here is charging is like 2 cents, we'll say, for each resistor. And then DigiKey for 100 is charging 3 cents. So it would be cheaper just to go with JLC's prices than to go with DigiKey's tiny penny more, and then, which, you know, is only going to be $1 more or whatever, but then you have to pay for shipping, and, you know, that adds another few cents to it, and so on and so on. It just made sense to just use them. And then their cost for assembly is extremely competitive. Like, it's really not that bad. It's just like 4-layer boards. Like, getting a 4-layer board isn't that big of a deal anymore. I think 6 layers adds a little bit of a sting to the cost, but it's still not that bad. I haven't done a 6-layer board design, but they have like a little key out on what that would be, and I'm like, oh, that's not much more. Right? It could. I wonder how much heat it would produce. Have you an extractor for soldering in your stream room? Oh, yeah. Mr. Snuffleupagus. We got him right here. He's great. I just turn him on when we're doing like reflow and stuff. Every now and then, you know, if we're doing like through-hole soldering, it's just a lot of smoke. But lately, I've had these fans, and they kind of create a little bit of a nice flow of air, and it blows it out of my way. It's not a big deal. And normally that's why I tell people, like, if you're doing through-hole soldering, you don't have to get a fume extractor if you don't want to. You can get really, really far with just having a fan blow across your work surface and take care of all that excess. But not the excesses of life. Ooh, speaking of which, I wonder if today is a tequila day. I gotta clean this off. I think it'll be fine. It'll get in there just fine, but why make life harder? Good enough. Good enough. I'd be curious to just run like straight, 12 volts through that and see what it divides down to. With mem resistors would be cool if anyone. Oh yeah, I think you just start running into cost. Because it's just so many components. You could probably make like a shrink-eating version of that, though. All right. What the hell are we doing now? Oh, yeah, we're going to put the... Is there any more through hole that we need to do? No, just the power connector, I think, is all we have left. And then we can flip it over and do the other side. Ooh, I'm excited. That's a number one. I need to make sure I keyed this right. I'm pretty confident I did, but I did just do it, and I was like not using all my attention points. So I'll do a little check before we power this thing up so I don't kill this CMOS chip. Oh wait, this CMOS chip is as high voltage. It'll be well, I don't think it'll like negative voltage. These TLO72s are ooh, I could flip this around. Let's do it. Oh, maybe not. Nope, nope, nope. Well, here. Let's trim it. These TLO72s are the old ones. I was recently made aware of this. There's like a newer version of them that has a bunch of trade-offs. One of the benefits is that the reverse voltage protection is kind of built into it. But there's some other kind of trade-offs with noise and whatnot. Not, you know, for the most part, not the biggest of deals. But after messing with it, I was like, oh, you know, I think I'll just use the old ones and be careful. There's a lot of other benefits to the newer ones as well. I don't remember what they are. Most of them don't affect what we're doing. They're, you know, it's like, can handle icy roads, but you live in the desert. So when's that going to be cool? All right, we'll need thick SATA, which is right here. I said thick solder. What would that be? Come on. People and their dirty minds. Excuse me. That was awful. I could be much louder, more ferocious. All right. I should have put some flux on here. We're going to go raw dog for a second here. We're going to see how far we can get raw dog in this. If we move quick, the dog will be raw. Raw dog. All right, it's looking bad here. It's starting to get a little sticky, a little gross. We're playing with fire, literally, and figuratively, and metaphorically, and technically. All right. It's not great, but it's not bad. This guy needs a little bit more. Good enough. I mean, who's gonna stop me? Oh shit. You know what? Let me do a little bit of tweaking here. There we go. And a little bit more. Maybe a little bit more. Okay, there we go. It just was like not seated all the way to the board. No, it's still kind of fucking stupid, but who cares? now we need an absolute boatload of 1/8" jacks. As I like to call them, jack wires. And then a bunch of LEDs. I think 16 LEDs will do. I'm going to cut this up so I can get a little bit of cleanliness next to dogliness. All right, good enough. Who cares? There's solder on this other side of this. I kind of hate it, but I think I'm going to live. What if I just heated it up a little tiny bit? Let it melt into the world. There! It's perfect now. I think we need to put the LEDs in first. I wonder what color would be cool. You know, we could well, it's a binary, and I've been using oranges. I guess I could stick with that. Let's see, we've got brain-busting blue, groovy green, orange, you glad you chose that one, and white. I don't know why I bought, oh, those are the big boys. I don't want the big boys. We've got pink. Those are bicolors. And then we've got, nope. Got red. Red. See his hands. Look at the fingers. And those are big boy oranges. Porphyry, happy anniversary to you. What are you, what are you celebrating? Is it a wedding anniversary? Trip around the sun anniversary? A pet's anniversary? Whatever the case may be, happy anniversary to you nonetheless. And that sounds like a fucking fantastic way. 22 years of something. That's fantastic, mate. Very happy for you. Happy for y'all. Happy for y'all indeed. I'm so, that sounds like a really good idea too. Just grill up. Maybe I should do that. I have like, the weather's kind of starting to get nice again here in Phoenix. And I have this like vertical smoker that this friend gave me a long time ago, and I modded it so that it didn't suck. And I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, man, might be fun. Get some beers. Get a bunch of wood from there's a place down the street that that sells like, you know, firewood and stuff like that, but they have like a lot of variety. Like you can get hickory and things like that for your smoker. And it's not just those stupid chips like at Lowe's. It's like fucking chunks of hickory. Big old limbs of it and shit. So, but I'm thinking, yeah, get that, maybe some tequilas or maybe some beer or something, and just chill out and smoke some meats. Hang out with the fam, maybe put my favorite podcast, television, whatever the fuck on. I don't know. However the hell I want to entertain. It does sound really fun, actually. I might do that. I got some time coming up where I'll be able to do that. Oh my God. You had me at Chunkers. That sounds awesome. Brisket, oh my God. Brisket's my thing. Like, it's kind of weird. Like, the price is awful, but back when I was in my 20s, I loved cooking brisket because you could go to the grocery store and get a big cut of brisket, you know, like 8 or 10 pounds or something, like really big, for like $20, $15. You know, it was like really reasonably priced. And then I wouldn't smoke it. Back then I didn't have a smoke or anything, but I'd just slow cook it in my oven, and like, you know, either a bag or having like a foil or a top or something, so it would just like, you know, steam cook it and everything. One of my favorite meats. And then when I got into barbecue and I had a grill and everything. Brand new! What is that? Active neurons? Active neurons. You gotta learn to read, Sid. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. And when I got into barbecue, I like really loved cooking brisket. I think it's one of my favorites because it's like challenging, but it's kind of hard to fuck it up. You know, I mean, you could fuck it up by like cooking it not long enough or too long, or drying it out, stuff like that. You could screw it up, but it's like, you gotta kind of be like trying to mess it up. It's one of my favorite meats because it's like the return on your investment, the return on your time and the work that you do is insane. It's so gourmet, it's so yummy, and you're just like, I did this? Bow before me. Leo, welcome in. Willkommen. I'm doing pretty good today. Pretty good. I've got some little tiny stressful things going on, but not here, not now. Right here. Good stuff. The Prime was only like $60 at Costco. Couldn't resist. Yeah, man. Maybe I should. I got a buddy with a Costco card. Maybe I'll head over there, get some of that barbecue cheaper. Yeah, no. I mean, I'm a big slow cooker fan. I'll cook it, slow cook in the oven. I've got like, you know, a crock pot slow cooker. I love that. It's one of my favorite little wisdoms about. Wait a minute. This is These are unipolar LEDs, right? Yeah. Yeah. I gotta see which way we go because it's always a little wired. Okay, that's what I would do. Big wire on the square. What the hell? Is this plugged? No. Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing those. It was like so I've got this really simple R2D2 looking vertical smoker, and it came with this like little bowl where you'd like throw your wood and everything, but it was incredibly impractical because there was nowhere to dump the ash and there was no way to like get air to come up from underneath it. So it would just smolder itself out because there was just nowhere for the fire to go without just landing in ash. So I got this little Weber, those like Weber portable little grills, the little dome grills that you'll buy anywhere, and it just so happens to be exactly the right size to fit underneath that thing. You can even put the little legs and they'll slide right in around it, and it holds it in place like a champion. And so with that Weber, I just take the top off and the grill and everything on it, and I just use that as a fire pit. And it's great because you can control the amount of heat, the amount of smoke, all of that much easier by just opening and closing the little shutter on the bottom of the Weber grill. And so you can get like a low temp cook pretty easily. And you could do it for hours and hours and hours. Like it really did not, you weren't beholden to like, oh, what am I going to do with all this ash? It was great. And honestly, I haven't, like, we've had some other grills, but I'm like, I don't, like opportunities that I've been like, I don't know. This is pretty easy. And the best part versus a lot of the, the nicer grills out there, it doesn't matter if it get rained on. Like the thing is, it's not important to it. Because we don't have a covered porch or anything like that. It started raining. We had a big storm yesterday and a little bit today. And I was like, man, I got to see how much work it would be to put like a little eave out on these doors and windows and stuff. Because it's a terrible design, but that you can get away with it pretty easily in Arizona because it doesn't rain that much. But there's no eaves over the doors or the windows. So water just travels down it into the wood and sits there and rots it away. Or if you wait long enough, it'll just work its way through, and then you have like water dripping inside your house and stuff, which is our situation where the back door, there's just water dripping from the inside because there's nothing to run the water off. And a long time ago, I had someone like kind of install what I thought was going to be a fix for it, but it didn't work. It didn't do shit, really. Oh my God, now I really want good barbecue. It's really hard to find good barbecue here in Phoenix. I lived here like, God, I think like 10, 15 years or so before I finally found a place that makes really good barbecue. And I'll blow it up too. I mean, I won't gatekeep. It's this place, if you're ever in Phoenix, there's two now. You don't have to go to the scary one. But there's this place called Little Miss Barbecue. And the guy who, the head chef guy and everything, he is like the coolest, most down-to-earth, most regular human being there is. And they've got the gift of being able to barbecue. And the guy's actually smart. He actually went and studied and learned and like really spent time perfecting the way he cooks it. It's Texas style, where you have like a dry rub and you wrap it in the butcher paper and you let it smoke. You'll take it out of the paper, rotate it, let it smoke. And I think that's the process. It's not rocket surgery, but it's so good. It's so good. It's really expensive. Like it's kind of like a expensive treat for me to go and eat there or get a bunch of food to go from there, but you don't feel like you're getting ripped off. Oh shit, I gotta take all the stupid nuts off of these. I've already started a little bag of nuts. Oh, wait, yeah. Oh, wait, I bought a big Weber Kamado last year. Yeah, yeah. I'm not familiar with that one, but I you know, they're not bad. It's not a... It works. It does the job. But yeah, that does sound fun, mate. That does sound super fun. Wow. 22 years, too. Congrats. I think the Mrs. Harris and I, we've been together like 15 years? Yeah, because we started dating in 2010. That's when we met. But she's not very good with anniversaries or anything like that, so we never really celebrate any of them. Like, we never celebrate our wedding anniversary, or like our first date or anything like that. I'm kind of a sucker for that kind of stuff. I'm kind of a dork about it, but you know, it is what it is. It's not like the biggest thing, you know, it's not a big deal. It's also really just an excuse for me to do, you know, live gluttonously. Like, oh, well, let's go out to dinner and eat until one of these eyes stops working. Just one. Don't want to eat until both of them shut down. That one's tricky. So I think it's part of me is just looking for an excuse to eat or drink. Oh, it's my anniversary. Oh, shit. God damn it. What is up with gravity here? It keeps making me drop these in the exact same position every time. Pardon me. I was trying to imagine not putting a $5 footlong in my mouth. Wish they don't have the $5 footlongs anymore. I heard that almost destroyed all the franchises because they couldn't afford. Oops, they couldn't afford the $5 footlongs. The prices were set by corporate though, so they had to do it. Ugh. Not a good franchise. Subway. Actually, a lot of restaurants. There's a lot of like big chains. They're not very good franchises compared to other ones or whatever. Oh wait, that's not enough jacks. I need more than that because I have the. Yeah, maybe I should just read what it fucking tells you. I need 21. I got 16 there. So just another cinco. See? This morning I had to go to my friend's house to pick up some stuff, and his wife and kids were there. He was out, and I hadn't seen they got this new dog, and I had never met before, and I forgot the dog's name. I don't remember the dog's gender, come to think of it. That's crappy of me. Well, either way. Cute dog. A lot of energy, though. I felt bad for the guy. I was like, oh my gosh. You are just full. And I think part of it was probably because he's, you know, it's been raining and you know, you don't want to have a wet dog in the house if you can avoid it. So I think that was part of it too. But that poor little guy, I was like, oh my gosh, you scientists need to learn to harness the energy that is within you so we can no longer rely on fossil fuels and solar power. We will be crazy young dog powered. What? Oh shit. God, man. Such a goofy layout here. Can't say I'm the biggest fan of when you have the jacks share the ground. Ugh. Man. You know what, though? I just remembered. So I needed to make an order to Tubes and More to get the banana nuts. And because we're not too bad, but we're actually out of the ones that this is going to need a bunch of, which are the orange ones for the binary outputs. So I think we'll just put, I don't know. Honestly, I don't. Now I'm all mad I put these in this bag when I actually need them. It's not so bad. Just get like, really just need like 2. Doesn't really matter. We do have the input one, so we can do these inputs. But these outputs, I'm not gonna be able to decorate until I get those in. I should be able to get them in soon. It's just been, I keep putting it off or forgetting about it or imagining what it would be like if I just had an infinite supply. That's funny. They kind of go at an angle. I can't, you can see it. Like these ones on the bottom, they go at like a little bit of a 30 degree, I guess. Hey, if it works, right? Oops, pop. There we go. All right. This is gonna be some top tier shit. Said no one ever. Honestly, let me see how far can I get this over to. So there's our limitation. It's right there. Yeah, it's just, oh man. See, that's the problem with this camera setup I have. This angle that I've done. It is hell on earth. No. Whatever. Let's go from side to side here. What am I running into, mother trucker? Before we get started, I think we need a little bit of dabness. Man, I might have to skip ahead there. We got a little bit of glitchy there in the jams. So I finally broke down and bought a VPN. If you want to know why, just look up Arizona's laws that went into effect. Was it yesterday or the day before? It was one of those days. Just recently. Bunch of stupid crap. But it seems to work pretty decently, so can't complain. Oh my god, we gotta skip ahead here. Still grinding there. Right, I think it stopped. Man, I kind of wanted to get one because I know a couple people I know, they swear by them for hotels. Like, they'll get terrible reception on a hotel Wi-Fi, but if they tunnel through a VPN, all of a sudden it's great. And I was like, really? All right. And then finally I was like, okay, well now I'm gonna have to get one because you know, that's how you do stuff these days. That's how things work. Now is the only thing that's real. Yep, I like to start on. See. All right, that one's clear. That one's clear. Okay, I should be getting a green light. Oh shit, that's not. Oh man. God damn it. Holy crap. The internet just went completely out. Man, it is really up and down. Yeah, it's like the whole internet is crapping out here. I think there might be something wrong with my whole internet. Because it's like bad on everything. Shit. I could, I don't know. I could try restarting my router, but I don't know if that's going to do anything. Ah, well, it's something. Let me just. Let me. Let me write it in chat. Keeps acting like it's gonna jump up, but then it just crashes.